do something new and fresh. People who came from other churches that had always been there, done that, seen that, all of those sort of things. The next thing I knew, in their minds, what was an operational church was, do we have church? Can we take care of them babies? Can we have a breakfast on Saturday morning for the men? For guys who can't cook biscuits, but you eat them anyway? And have a little something for the women? And we got church. And that's it. That's it. And there's so many churches that fit that sort of description, and it's sad. Folks, that is not church. That's why I have about that much patience with spending time talking about this and that and this color and that thing and this thing, that table, this. I think, good grief. If they can do that in a tent, we can do whatever we can here and change the world if we'll change our focus from turning inward and let's turn outward. It's not about you. It's not about whether you think this looks good or should we have this event or have this activity. It really is, are we doing what Jesus said? All of us. Not just pastors, not just trained folk. We're talking about everyone. Is everyone doing the work of Christ? So I want us to look at three things in general when it comes to attacking the global giants, and as you see, how that translates into the peace plan. First of all, I think I've really kind of already alluded to it. We've got to see this globally. I mean, believe it or not, God is doing something outside of Tippecanoe County. Is that amazing? God, in fact, God has been out of Tippecanoe County before. He's larger than the state of Indiana. I know that's hard to believe. God is at work out and through all the world if He will find a person, if He'll find a church who says, I'm willing, God, would you use me? I'm tired of church as usual. I'm tired of whether or not the bulletin looks like this or the floor looks like that. Did we have this for the girls, the guys, the men, the women? God, I really, really am tired of church. But God, would you use me to do what Christ asked all of us to do? So we got to think globally. We got to think big. It's not a choice. And I've already said we can use a number of mission organizations. We don't have to reinvent the wheel globally or locally. Now, what would peace look like locally? Well, some things we may have to come up with on our own, but there's some things we don't need to recreate. There's no need for us to develop a ministry to those who are in need who have homes or don't have homes. Why? Why? Thank you. There's already Habitat. Jump on the wagon. We have done that as a church. I can't build a thing. I'm a mechanical idiot. So I went and watched and held drywall as people laughed. I didn't even hold that well. So there's no need for us to create something different. Jump on it. What about catastrophic things that happen, the natural disasters and things like this? Just the other week, an apartment down on Klondike caught on fire because of lightning. You know, and people like the Red Cross come to their aid. You know what? We as a church, and every church for that matter, should be able to say, we don't need to reinvent the Red Cross, but the Red Cross ought to know they can count on us. It doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter how. You know this church is serious about doing local peace, which means we're going to be on your bandwagon, and we're going to do what we can to help you. And there'll be other things we'll need to do on our own. And there are some organizations that I can't support, and I won't be a part of them. And they look good, and they sound good, and I won't mention one, but I have a real temptation to mention one. But I won't. But after church, for a small fee, I might. So we have to do something that is consistent with what we're doing with preaching the gospel. This is not about a social gospel. This is not about doing nice things for poor and sick and that and the needy and yada, 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 and then just going about our merry way. We've got to meet the needs, help the sick, care for the poor, and all of those things that peace addresses, but do it with the name of Christ on our lips. We're not there just to ease the pain. We're there to show them who can take the pain away for good, and that is introducing them to Jesus Christ. Locally, we can also do some things. In fact, we've been thinking about offering counseling ministry to our community. We've thought about offering activities that meet needs, not just activities for activity's sake, activities that meet needs. Most families in our world need counseling for their marriage, financial counseling for the money. They don't know where to do or where to go or how to fix this thing. And I just think it'd be awesome for us to do that. I mean, we have 2 qualified counselors here, but more than that, you can be a counselor, and we can do it all for free. Free is free. How many like free? I do free. If there's free food, I go, whether I like the place or not. It's free. And so we've got to get on board with being a church that truly is a community church, because it's not just about global peace, it is about local peace, and we can do a lot of things. We can do jazzercise and meercise and usercise and cardiac, taekwondo, kickboxing, cardio, kick yo honey, that sort of thing, and do it for free. Don't tell me people don't respond to that. When you care, people will respond. Well, there's globally, locally, but I think what will happen today, what must happen today is personally. What does this do? What will I do personally? It makes no difference who the person is next to you. It's about me. It's about me saying, God, would you use me? Would you change me? Because it comes down to a matter of priority and time. It comes down to priority, time, and money. I forgot the money part, Everyone has the same amount of time. You may have some choice in how you use that time, and there may be some things you don't. All of us have jobs, some don't. Some make a lot of money, some make little, some make none. But all of us have a sense of priority. And priority comes down to me personally saying, what is more important than me carrying out peace as an ambassador of Christ in this world? Because I am a witness regardless. I have 2 brother-in-laws. Is that right? Oh, you wouldn't know. One of them I like and the other one I don't. And so I'm going to talk about the one I like because I'm really impressed with this guy. It's my wife's brother.